official D.A.D.S Las Vegas trip. Where are we today?
We are at Tacos El Gordo.
Now, this is the newest Tacos El Gordo location, and I kid you not, although I've only been in Mexico twice, Mexico City and Ensenada, this is the best taco I've had in America. And the reason why, I feel like it's semi-life-changing. The adobada, the al pastor for some, is the best taco I've ever had. Are you familiar with what goes on in an al pastor taco?
Isn't it like sort of like a pineapple glazed, or not glazed, but kind of pineapple flavored pork? I don't know. So school me on it.
I don't know all the secret ingredients because I've never made it before myself. But however, it's a layered pork on a trompa, and the trompa was first used by the Middle Eastern community, like how they make like almost like gyros, with like shawarma, 100%, right? And then so they layer the pork, and it ends with a piña, with a pineapple up at the top, and then I forget the name of what they're called, but they have like a saber, and they slice the meat fresh onto your taco, and it rotates, and it gets this nice crisp, almost like that burnt end on the taco, on your on that piece of art that you're holding in your hand, right?
And basically, whenever I think of al pastor, I kind of think of like the color of the al pastor. It's always very unique. There's always this reddish hue to the pork, right? Which is a little bit different. And I don't know, is that the specialty here at Gordo?
It is the specialty that what everyone knows Tacos El Gordo is for. We have tried other stuff here. So what else do we have on our plates here? I see the Carne Asada, or the Asada as they call it here. It looks like they have like this avocado spread right over it. And the interesting thing about ordering here at Tacos El Gordo is that for each taco you want, you have to line up in a different line. And you know what? They're not the most friendly here. And it's not because they're rude. It's almost just like the culture, right? You go into a spot, and if you know, you know, right? So when you come here, just line up for what you want, right? Get a tray, right? And then if it's busy here, we caught it at a good time. If you're with a group of people, divide and conquer. If you have one person getting the carne asada, one person getting the asada, or the al pastor, and one person's getting like the tripas, which I usually stay away from. And it looks like you guys have some tripas today.
We're gonna have some little funky meats to try in a little bit today.
But now let me introduce you guys to Lito, honorary D.A.D.S for today, and hopefully for future videos. What do you have today, Lito?
Let's see, we got the life-changing taco you mentioned.
All right.
I have
it's carne asada. Is it the mulas?
Mulas. When I hear mula, I think of money. Yeah. But when you think of mula, what do you got there?
It looks mula, I'll tell you that.
It's 2 soft tortillas with some cheese melted in. Kind of like a sandwich.
Almost like when I say it's almost like a quesadilla suiza, right? Like a super quesadilla, right?
Exactly. So it's like, kind of have a better view. And it's loaded, dude. Yeah. It's loaded.
Fat.
And then got a plate of the aforementioned tripas. That's the tripe. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. You can kind of see the intestines over here.
So is it tripa that part of the cow, the intestines? If you watched our pho video, it's a different color because the tripas in the Vietnamese dishes it's white, right?
It's white. It's basically,
and this one looks like it's grilled out
pretty good.
This
one is seasoned, it's a little bit. So we'll see how it pairs in a taco.
And then lastly, you have the
basic carne asada.
Oh, did you guys get the cabeza?
Actually, no. You're right. This is the cabeza. This is beef head.
Yeah.
See, it looks like carne asada.
That's using your cabeza, right?
Trip me out. So we'll see. We'll give this a try in a little bit.
And then what I like about here also is that they have unlimited condiments. And some taquerias, they get a little shiesty on the limes. I like it how it's self-serve on the limes. The limes are fresh, and they keep it in ice to keep it crisp. And then you have your radish. Your radish here, sliced or whole. And then lastly, to wash it down, one thing that was a nice surprise for me when I came here for the first time is that they have orange bang here. Now, the only time I've had orange bang is at Zippy's, which is the Hawaiian fast food chain. So the only time I've ever had the pina colada, I guess, bang, was here also, and that's what you're sipping on today.
Yep.
So the orange bang or the bang drinks are a whipped drink, so it's a little frothier. So imagine if you take like an orange cream soda or a pina colada cream soda, and then you whip it a little bit, you froth it a little bit, so it has a little bit of airiness to it.
Yeah.
Almost like an orange Julius.
Yeah.
Man, that's some fancy drinks that you guys got. With,
right. And let's dig in and go ahead and give our assessment.
So let's start off with the classic, right? Let's start off with the adobada.
Yep.
So
I got two.
Fully loaded. They have the grilled tortillas, corn tortillas, doubled up for to hold the weight of all the meat that they loaded up with. You have your cilantro, your onions, and then you have their sauce they put on this. And I like how when you get different meats, they have different sauces to sauce it up. So some will have a tomato sauce, some will have a tomatillo sauce, some will have this avocado spread, and I guess this green cilantro avocado tomatillo crema that they have on the adobada.
Go.
Let's go for a bite. I went commando. I didn't put any lime on it. I wanted to taste it as it is.
Delicious. What do you think for first time?
It's a great first bite. Adobada has a nice crispy texture on it.
Yeah. I think that's the first thing that kind of stands out is like the texture that it has. It's that shawarma style cooking, and you can kind of see the texture a little bit here. That little nice red crunch.
The beauty of cooking on that trompa is that, you have your layered meats. You get all the different textures of the bite because the meat is layered, but then as it rotates around the trompa, which has the gas, the old school spots will have actual flames from like charcoal or something. It'll give that nice crisp on the edge. So you'll have your different textures from the different layered meats, but also the crispiness and the ones that are soft on the inside too.
It's just really basic. The crema gives a nice pair to the flavor that you get from like the pineapple flavor. The cilantro, and we talked about this in the pho vlog. Not everybody likes the flavor of cilantro, but I don't know, it works with the tacos, man.
Yeah.
It kind of adds that.
It's the freshness, right? Because even when we're comparing Mexican and Vietnamese cuisine, but even when you have like a banh mi, it's like the fresh bite of like a mint and a cilantro and the pickled vegetables, right? You have a taco, which is meat and tortilla, and then you have the fresh bite of the onions and then the cilantro, right? Growing up, the first taco that I remember is a Taco Bell taco. Your ground beef, your lettuce, and your cheese, right? That's what a taco is, right?
And a crispy shell.
And a crispy shell.
Yeah.
And a crispy shell. It wasn't until like I was older and I experienced like taco trucks, what a real taco is. They never put cheese on it. You never put cheese on a taco, right? Never.
So what makes a good taco for you?
I like fresh tortillas. I like a good bite and chew to a corn tortilla.
Yeah.
You can tell right away if something's like
when it
a
falls
mission
apart.
tortilla,
Yeah.
or if it has the texture of a fresh made, handmade corn tortilla.
Delicious, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I had it. It's been years. It's as how I remember it, man. It's very satisfying whenever you take a bite. You just don't feel disappointed. And the fact that they load it up with all of the meat, like every bite has that flavor, the texture, the combination of the flavors that just makes it really, really satisfying. Love it.
Now, you've been to different locations. I've been to one other one that's on the north end of the strip, and honestly, it gets a little ratchet over there after the clubs.
I can imagine. So this is actually kind of a pleasant surprise to see it not be crowded at all.
It's 2 minutes from the airport.
Yeah.
This is the newest location. Parking is relatively easy. It's a big lot around here. If you go on the other locations on the north end of the strip, parking's almost non-existent. You're really at the mercy of an Uber ride or foot traffic if you're staying in the area.
And looking at the crowd, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of tourists. It seems like more of the local clientele. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got kids here. It's not like club goers. It's not people like on the strip like holding like those little yard drinks. Just people just trying to get a good taco, man.
Yeah.
And it is good. What's next on the menu?
You guys talk about it. What's going on with the Tripa?
Oh, you want to go to it?
Yeah, let's go ahead. So we wanted to be adventurous. Unfortunately, they have some really funky ones that weren't available on a weekday. Yeah.
And Brain was Saturday only.
We're Saturday only.
We did try.
And Lito and I were contemplating it, and all of a sudden we were ready to try it, but it's not here. So we're going for the next best funky thing that we have. We'll start with the Tripa, which is the
Tripe.
The Tripe.
Do you eat tripe also?
Not typically.
Oh, okay.
I normally see it in pho, like you say. And
Yeah.
Usually has like a weird texture for me, but it doesn't look like that at all for this.
Kind of got a funky smell, dude. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does, right? Well, how would you describe the funky smell?
Oh, not funky bad.
Not funky
no,
bad,
no, no.
but
Just
funky.
distinct. Just distinct.
Funky nonetheless.
No, I'm taking one more smell. No,
It's not. It doesn't smell
no,
as.
It almost smells like a more roasted meat. It doesn't smell like funky weird to me.
Nope. I see what you mean. There's like that. It kind of has like a burnt smell, but.
But growing up, walking through Asian grocery stores and not being fazed
Yeah.
by like fishy smells, I don't get fazed by smells that much with the food unless something smells bad.
Yeah.
When you say something's a little funky.
Well, funk means just not straightforward.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a little
I
bit
got you.
unexpected.
Yeah.
So I'm just delaying because I wasn't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the funk. But you know what, Lito? Let's go for it, man.
That's all we gotta do.
Cheers.
Cheers. Vegas. Wow. Crunchy.
There's a crunch. It almost kind of has like a chicharron-like kind of texture to it.
It's the first thing we thought of.
So it looks like it's stewed. It's not
Yeah,
grilled.
I'll give it some.
Tripa. It looks like the tripe is stewed, and I think for tripe being a generally a chewy kind of meat,
Yeah.
you have to stew it for a long time to really break down those fibers to make it palatable, right?
It doesn't have any of the chewiness. That
Yeah,
you get
not
from,
at all.
like,
Yeah.
They kind of
other
they
preparation.
toasted it up.
Yeah.
But you know what? The flavor is more on the burnt side, like a chicharron, right? It's just
I smell like a roasted kind of
yeah,
smell.
like
in
a
it.
roasted
Yeah.
roasted smell.
I'll throw some lime on there. It's really, it's really pretty salty, so I'm gonna try to cut through that.
I'm not mad.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Would you call it gamey at all?
No.
So would you just would if that was in like a regular like beef stew with a different texture? Is that what you kind of compare it to?
I guess so, but it's roasted, so it again, chicharron is the best thing I can kind of
I got you.
describe it as.
Sure.
So, I hesitate to compare it to a stew because the stew is more like, soft, tender, chewy.
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
tripe, right? But this is a little bit more on the crispy side. I think it tastes better than it smelled. I don't know if you agree.
I agree. I think the smell seems like it put you off a little bit.
Yeah. But
But pretty
that's
decent,
intestine.
yeah. I'm gonna finish that. For sure.
Pretty good flavor.
Would you guys order it again?
Yeah, I would.
No.
I would eat it again. Ooh. I had one piece that had a little bit of that aftertaste. It's like it sensed that I was kind of I was bashing it a little bit, and it said, "All right, I'm still tripe."
Yeah. Okay.
But you know what? Overall, there's that lasting flavor that's at the end of your tongue. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you taste that right now. After the crispy and after the toasted flavor, you can taste the tripe
It
flavor.
kind of lingers still.
Yeah, it does linger.
Also, it might just be the salsa, but this one is a lot spicier than the other taco I just
But I wouldn't still consider it gamey. Like it's not like the other gamey meats that we've tried before. Not mad. Maybe it sends a challenge that I said I would eat it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't shy away from it again. What else do we have?
Oh,
A classic asada, carne asada, right? So we saw him chopping it up. It's a classic carne asada cut, thinly sliced beef, and they chop it up right in front of you. I
Yeah.
like that.
It's a classic, right? Little avocado mix.
Yeah, you got a little avocado spread up at the top. and a salsa, and of course your cilantro and onions.
Oh, this thing is loaded, dude. This thing is like, I would say,
It's great.
it's not as flavorful as the adobada.
Not
for sure.
flavor loaded for sure, right? But the meat's tender, which is good. Not the best carne asada I've had
Yeah,
by any means, but it's still
Tasty.
delicious,
Yeah.
satisfying.
I would concur. I feel like it's not as seasoned as other carne asada that I've had before. I taste the avocado more than the actual carne asada. Dare I say I like the flavor of the tripa better
Maybe.
because it's more distinct. There's more of a clear-cut flavor. Here, it kind of relies more on the condiments and
The avocado's good on it.
avocado is great on it. Fresh.
Yeah. Traditionally on the trompa, is it Lebanese or is it like Middle Eastern, like Arabic, or like whoever makes, or a Greek where they make for the gyros, right? Mediterranean. Thanks. But for a traditional gyro, it's an alternated beef and lamb, right? Beef and lamb, right? Do you have a favorite spot for gyros?
Mazra.
Mazra before
Oh, Mazra in the Bay, from Mazra,
it
right?
closed, before the other one burnt down.
Have you seen? Do they have a trompa there? And are they cutting it right in front of you fresh?
I can't say I've tried it, but
They do, yeah.
Well, compared to someone that's like a chain, like Nick the Greek, right?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, you won't see that there.
So in terms of ranking thus far, obviously the adobada has.
It's my favorite taco.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
yeah, definitely it's up
Yeah.
there. Sadly, the carne asada, and I'm a big carne asada guy. Every time I go for a burrito or a taco, I lean carne asada. But I must say, I've had better, more seasoned carne asada.
For the meal, I still put it at like a solid, like good 6 or 7, somewhere around there, because I enjoy it. It's good, but it's not blowing me away.
Yeah. Maybe this will blow you away if we try this is the beef head.
Yep.
So
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna pick a piece of beef off of here and just see how this works out.
First impression?
It's like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's just like a super, super tender beef.
So how do you compare it to, say, the carne asada in terms of flavor and texture? So
It's stringier, for sure.
stringier?
It's stringier.
Go ahead, Lito.
And the carne asada is more like a steak.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is more like a... For anyone that hasn't been here before, the texture is almost like a barbacoa style meat. It's like a pulled and shredded meat. Almost like if you compare the texture of a carnitas, it's almost like that.
Yeah.
Almost even like a little bit more tender, because when you order carnitas, sometimes you'll get like chunks. This one is pretty smooth all the way through.
Take a bite, Lito. See
Check
see
the
what you
smell
think.
first.
Does it have any funk?
Nope,
No funk?
not at all. It smells like
It kind of looks
good beef.
like I don't know. I wouldn't say barbacoa, but maybe barbacoa, like something you would get at Chipotle. Yeah, I'll try it without the lime. Really tender.
Yeah,
Super tender.
it's almost falling apart. In a good way, though.
The flavor actually stands out more than the carne asada, I do feel like.
Yeah, I agree.
People could get scared and turned off by being cabeza, but if you think about why the meat is so tender, it's probably because it's like there's not a lot of muscles in the head that are working, right? So it's not really tough, right? Because when you think about the parts of a cow that get like chewy or that get like muscly, it's because those are the parts of the cow that are moving all the time, right? What do you think?
I'm enjoying it.
No.
That's good.
It kind of reminds me of some sort of like braised beef or something like that.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Right. That's
a good
essentially what it
comparison.
reminds me of. I like it better with the lime than just solo. I do feel like it just balances it a little bit better for me, for my palate. But the texture is excellent. I think if you don't tell anyone that it's beef head, they might not even be able to tell.
I just think it's shredded beef. It's really good. And the texture, I think, soaks up.
She even has some, I don't know what that is, but it's like it looks like it's fat, but
head fat. Basically, head fat.
Brain?
Right? Yeah. Getting close to the brain.
Nice beefy flavor. Does that change your scoring for everything that we got? Because you said about 6 out of 10.
Only for 6 out of 10 is just for the carne asada.
Just for the carne asada.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 out of 10. On
10 out of 10
the
for the adobada.
Yeah.
Where do you put it compared to the tripe?
I like the flavor of the head better, but I like the texture of the tripe better.
It's kind of surprising, right?
Yeah, like I like the crunch. I like this one is it's easy to eat. It's soft. It's tender, but I just it's like how I like my ice cream, right? I like my ice cream with like some texture.
Chunk.
That sound. And I feel like the adobada combines what I like from both ends, right? Mm-hmm. Like it has that crispy texture with the burnt outside with the with the whole shawarma thing. It has the sweet flavor from the pineapple, and then the flavor of the pork. And it's, I don't know, the crema is a good pairing. I don't need the lime for the adobada.
Oh yeah, okay.
I would agree.
Yeah.
One of the best tacos.
Yeah.
That I've had. It just puts to shame everything else that you can get on the menu because it's so good.
It's so good, yeah.
Right? That it's, starting with that really kind of sets the standard for what you expect in the meal. Yeah. So, I guess if you're only going to go for one kind of taco, adobada.
I've come here and I just get 4. I get 4 adobadas.
No.
No, value-wise, what's it running?
$4?
$4 a taco.
That's very fair.
That's pretty good.
The quality and the amount you get.
I think the average person knocks down 3 pretty easy. 4 if you're hungry. So $16 you get you fed, you get a drink. Less than $20, you're stuffed on great tacos.
So, Tacos El Gordo, Las Vegas.
Lots of locations. We'll have the links to the different locations below. And we'll see you at the next one. All right, we just finished a great meal. Outfit check. Tamarindo in hand. Adobada in the teeth. Kith shirt on. The Galactus special. With the shoes to match. Galactus created Silver Surfer. I got the Kith Asics Marvel Silver Surfer collaboration. Stan socks. Because these shoes, I just found out you can see through them, so I have to wear some solid color socks. But I might go pattern later on in the week. And some Pendleton shorts that I got on sale at the outlet. Ready to do some shopping this week, too, at the outlets.
What do you got, Lito?
Let's see. California flag shirt. I guess a Marine Layer shirt.
California love.
Some Lululemon pants. And my
Give me some of those.
old made in US dad shoes. New Balances.
What are you rocking today, man?
I'm rocking a vintage Cal basketball shirt, Jordan brand. So early 2000s, before they went Under Armour, before went back to Nike. I got some Adapt / Savs gold-blooded hybrid shorts. Zipper pockets are a must. Shout out to Adapt. And then I got the Nike Air Max 1 Flyknit Ultra in the classic red colorway, man.
Dad's flexing out in Vegas.
Yep.
Tacos El Gordo, Las Vegas, day 1. Dad out.